All right, so let's talk about SEO and copywriting. I'm excited. SEO is super powerful, and the one reason I feel this way now, as opposed to the time when I didn't, is because we started the Acne Lie, and you know the Acne Lie, Hunter, the acnelie.com. That was a vision from God. I woke up one day and I was like, I really think I need to start like a skin health website because I'm getting all this new information that's really helping me, and I really want to help others because I know how much it affects people. And I had the acnelie.com in my head when I woke up one day, and I was like, there's no way that's available, that URL. And it was. And so I bought it and I started blogging, and I probably did like 6 blogs, super intensive in terms of like the amounts of words. Like each blog I probably wrote was like 800 to 1200 words. Like they were like thorough. I had actually linked out to other people, key links to other people. Those help in SEO tons.
Right.
About a year, maybe 6 months into it, I kind of got burnt out and just life, it was happening, and I was like, I can't write a blog every week, but it's been great, and I just left them up. They started to gain traction with the SEO I had put in them, and then I told Grace, I said, whoa, like, we get like 800, what was it, probably 800 people a month at the time, or something like that, Grace, and I was like, Grace, we should be doing this every week and kind of build a following, and then maybe one day we'll sell the Acne Lie or like come out with a product or an ebook, something to monetize this. But right now, like, we should keep this going, this momentum going. So right now we get about 1,000 people. Hasn't been that long. I think we've been doing this for like a year and a half. No advertising money, nothing, but blogging and putting in keywords. And so we blog about every week right now. We're kind of not consistent, but it doesn't matter. It happens.
And really more like every other week.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we're actually fairly regular about being every other week. Just not every week.
Which is not bad.
Right.
We have about 30 blogs up. We get 1,000 people every month, like clockwork. And, yeah, it's grown. People find us through keyword searches on Google and stuff. So it's super cool. And I guess we'll just jump into, like, how you actually go about doing SEO. So what a lot of people don't know is that there's really just 2 main ways to really build your SEO. The first one is writing blogs. So a lot of customers or clients come to us and they're like, hey, I want you to build my SEO. And I'm like, well, do you have a blog? And they go, what? Why do I need a blog? And I'm like, well, that's going to be one of your most powerful long-term, keyword long-term, no pun with keyword thing, but keyword long-term investment when it comes to SEO. The second way you can do it is with Google AdWords, right? Google will let you pay money to jump to the top of their search. And SEO stands for search engine optimization, meaning that you have your website optimized to be found amongst all these competitors that are doing the same thing or talking about what you're talking about. So hopefully you're optimized to the point to where you are at the top of the list on the first page, not on the 10th and stuff like that. So yeah, super cool. And a lot of people want to be found for like what they do. Like we had a church that we were servicing for a couple years, and they wanted to be found in San Jose churches. And we totally understand that. That's their city. They wanted to be found. But San Jose is one of the biggest cities in the nation. And there's a lot of churches. So that's a hard keyword to buy for. So our biggest strategy was not to bid on that with Google AdWords. They didn't really have the funds for that. But what we could do was start writing a blog and then expect over the next couple years, that's a hard reality when it comes to not using advertising dollars, that they would come to the top of the San Jose, search. And that consistency had to be consistent with those blogs. So when you actually go about doing SEO, let's what blog should we use, Grace? Let's use the Acne Lie, maybe.
Sure, that one probably has the best SEO of, or at least the most noticeable, I guess. I mean, we do SEO on all of our blogs, and I believe they all work. But I think because the Acne Lie, because we don't have a lot of promotion anywhere else, and we don't do Google AdWords for the Acne Lie and everything, it's like more of the traffic obviously comes from SEO rather than other venues. Like Central Coast College, we're advertising on Google AdWords, and we have paid ads on Facebook, and there's lots of different ways that people can find their website, which is good, and that's what they want. But since we're doing a specific SEO on blogs study, let's use the Acne Lie because that would be the best example.
Yeah, I believe about 98% of the traffic on the Acne Lie comes from searching and SEO, and the rest of it comes from Pinterest. We started a Pinterest account and maybe Instagram, maybe a couple people from Instagram every week, but not too much. Here's the acne lie. Super cool. We keep it really simple. That's what I wanted it to be. I really wanted the acne lie to be super simple, just like a logo and like this white appeal, because it's, you know, it's a beauty blog almost, you know? So really quickly, I think our best blog has been this one, 7 supplements that help me get rid of hormonal acne. It sounds so boring, but
Really?
it's okay.
That's one of the older ones.
Yeah.
That's one of the older ones from like, you know, a couple years ago when you were doing it.
Yeah, no, this is probably our most popular one. It's funny. It's very specific, which is great for SEO. Being specific is huge. So one thing you need to know is that when it comes to SEO, you need to basically be writing about what your website's about. So if we were writing about like tennis shoes on the acne lie, it would dramatically kill our SEO. So if it was like there's so many different varied topics, it would be crazy, and Google has this issue with ranking you because you are so all over the map. So, which makes sense, right? Like if you tell somebody that you like 5 kinds of ice cream when it's National Ice Cream Day, they're really confused when it comes to what kind to get you. But if you keep talking about mint chocolate chip, people know that mint chocolate chip is what you like, and so when it comes time for them to get you ice cream, they get you that. So when it comes to Google ranking you, when you're very specific about what you talk about, like if it's skin or beauty, they can do a way better job than you talking about all these millions of topics. So I feel like that'll help somebody in the future, you know, when they actually go ahead and do their personal blog or whatever. They should probably find a topic they're passionate about and really run with that. All right.
Right.
So here's the blog. We wrote it. It's pretty long. And there's some amazing words in here that are our keywords, right? Like inositol is a vitamin that's like widely talked about in the skin community. Hormonal imbalance is like a keyword. So you got to make sure that you're writing about these things because people are searching them. So honestly, the way I go about it, everyone has a different approach. I write the blog. I go for it. I make sure it's thorough. I do my research, and I make sure that I am citing my sources. You don't want to steal from people, which helps you to link to people and gets you related to them in the sense of search engine optimization. And so, you know, I went ahead and I did all that. And then down here, I basically, when I'm done, number one thing I do is my title. I use that as one of my tags personally. Somebody might tell you not to do it, but this is how we do it, and it works for us, okay? So I have this as a tag, 7 supplements that help me get rid of my hormonal acne. And down here are the tags, so I'm going to scroll down. First thing, 7 supplements that help me get rid of my hormonal acne. Super clever, right? But people don't do that, and that really hurts them with SEO. Like, your title needs to be one of the meta tags. It has to be. It's just so crucial. It's like one of the basics in SEO. The next thing, I put hormonal acne because people probably search for that, and that's also my title. It's also in my blog. Hormone imbalance, that's not in my title, but that is a phrase I use in my blog. All of these are actually phrases that are in the blog up above. The next one is how do I get rid of hormonal acne? That's a phrase in the blog. Pimples, that's a word in the blog. Adult acne cure, phrase in the blog. These are all phrases in the blog. And that is the beauty right there. And the simplicity. Sorry. That's the beauty and the simplicity of SEO. So basically, number 1, you need a good title. Number 2, you need to write a relevant blog. And when it comes to your tags, your metadata, you need to, number 1, make sure your title is, that you have a tag that relates to your title, or is your title, honestly. I always just think, like, what would somebody, like, what is the number 1 phrase that someone might search for this blog under? And I put that as my title. I mean, you can be creative. You can also do searches on, like, YouTube. You can go to, like, YouTube, open it up, in the, like, search bar, start to type something similar to, like, how you would try to find a blog like that or a video like that. And it'll, like, auto-populate for you the most popular searches. So that's cool. I know Google has a keyword tool. That's what they call it. You can search for the most popular keywords. Or if you're smart like Matt, our AdWords guy, he'll be like, okay, we probably won't win the most popular searches, right? Because those are for the big dogs who have been in the game for a long time or have big ad dollars to, like, get people there. and get a lot of traffic there and steal those keywords. So we're going to go for the ones that are kind of like semi-popular, like the ones that get 2,000 searches every week, not 200,000, you know, or 2 million searches. So that's also a cool way to play the game too. That's also a great way. And one last thing about the links when it comes to SEO. You can use someone else's information and links, and a great method and getting advertisement that's almost free is to hit somebody up. Neil Patel does this. He sends an email, or he gets his people to do this. I'm sure he doesn't do it. He has a team. So he hits the people up that he actually referenced in the article and says, hey, I am such a fan of yours, and I'm so grateful for your information that I actually quoted it in this recent article that I just wrote. Here's a link. And if you are down, would you share it with your population, with your people? And most people are like, man, that's cool. Like, even if you're like young, or even if you're like inexperienced or like new, whenever someone is flattered that you're using their information, they're going to talk about it. And most people are. Like, if somebody said, hey, we're quoting Helps Too, I'd be like, look, check this out. Nobody's quoted us, really. I mean, there's been a couple people, but honestly, that's like one of the smartest way to go about it. It's being social in this digital media world that is so not social but should be. So it's a cool little mechanism you can use. All right. How do you guys feel? Does that feel like we wrapped it up pretty well, Grace?
Yeah, I think that's good. I don't know that there's really, I mean, I'm sure there is more to say, but I mean, that's really the basics, and you can always get better at SEO. It's one of those things that I don't think anybody would ever say that they've reached their peak and they could never get better at SEO, because it's always organic and it's always changing. You know, as someone new rises to the top of the Google search list and people start searching for new terms, and new terms get invented, and, you know, so it's never going to be something that you now know everything and you're done learning. But really, those are the basics. So it's just building on the basics all the time and just staying abreast of your industry, you know, whatever. And if you're writing multiple blogs on multiple topics, then stay at least passingly familiar with what some of the biggest search terms and phrases are for whatever it is that you're writing about. So, I mean, that's really all there is to it. It's just kind of just keeping up with it. But yeah, Gabby got it. I mean, that's SEO, basically.
Yeah. Cool. And I mean, some people can crush SEO, not even know how to do it. Like, they're just writing blogs about their passion and putting in some tags, and then they have like millions of viewers after like 4 or 5 years, and you're like, what the heck? Like, this little kid was talking about video games, and like that, he was just passionate, and he did it all the time, you know? And that's really what SEO is. Like, if you can be consistent, and it doesn't have to be every week, but like if you can consistently over, you know, many, I hate to say it, like couple years, be posting blogs, like your brand is going to start rising to the top, and people are going to be finding you. Unless you have ad dollars, you can totally rush that, right? Like, it really is about who has clicked on that link the most when it comes to Google ranking you. Like, I mean, there's other things for sure, but who has visited that page the most? How much time do they spend on that page? Like, that's really what it is. So if the content is good and people are finding these multiple blogs over the internet, your website's going to be there. And they read the blog and they're like, oh, wow, I want to see who wrote this. They go to the About section. Oh, look at the products. Like, all of a sudden they're just touring through the website and they buy whatever, you know? So, or join your Facebook group. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Or whatever it is that you're promoting, or whatever it is that they're excited about that you have prominently on your website. So yeah, that's the ultimate goal, is to get them to stick around long enough to read it, finish reading, go, wow, I really got value out of that. Let's see what else they have to offer. And then, you know, read more and seek you out everywhere else on the internet, buy your product if you have one, whatever it is that you happen to be selling. If you're actually monetizing something, you know, that's the end goal, of course.
Yeah, it is. It's so cool. Gets me all excited on the inside. All fuzzy, guys. I'm just kidding. That's so cool, yeah. But yeah. Nobody knows that, so you guys cannot tell anybody. They're like, why are you taking so long in the bathroom? I'm like, got my candle going, my worship music. I'm like, because none of you are there. That's why I take so long in the bathroom.
For me time.
Yeah, it's me time. Oh, anyways, my secrets.